Yes, it's finally here. I'm finally reviewing LucidEsc. Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot. It's me, Matt here, and today I am reviewing the lucid dreaming supplement LucidEsc. People have been requesting this for absolutely ages now. Ever since I did the review on Dreamleaf, people have been wondering about LucidEsc, and so I thought, I would review it. And it was oddly appropriate that right around the time when I actually decided that I wanted to review it, I actually got contacted by the people at ViviDream offering to send me a sample to test out, as well as samples of Supermind and Deeper Sleep, two other supplements that they make. So of course I said yes, and they sent me it. And they actually sent me two versions. They sent me the old vegetarian version and they sent the vegan version. And I'm actually going to make a separate video comparing the two. But in this video I'm just going to talk about the current version, which is the vegan version, and basically how it worked for me, what I think of it, whether I recommend it or not, and basically everything you need to know. So first of all, if you weren't already aware, LucidEsc is of course a lucid dreaming supplement designed to make it easier to lucid dream, to have longer, more clear lucid dreams, and so on. Ingredients wise, it contains Huperzine-A, which is a very popular and very effective lucid dreaming supplement. It also contains Alpha-GPC, Choline Bitartrate, and ginger root extract. The instructions for use are as follows. Take one capsule with a drink just before bed or 4.5 hours into your sleeping period. Do not consume on a full stomach. Wait 3 days between each use. For best results, use in conjunction with a lucid dream induction method. So I actually want to talk about a few things. So first of all, when I first tried it, what I did was I went to sleep and then I woke up after around 4.5 hours and then I actually took it. And for me, as you may or may not know, if you've been watching this channel a while, you may know this, I have some insomnia issues, and so if I actually wake myself up in the middle of the night, it's very, very, very hard, almost impossible for me to get back to sleep. And so, before, when I was actually testing Dreamleaf, and I was testing the similar idea of waking up and going back to sleep for it, at that time, my insomnia was in a period where it was kind of not so bad, and so I kind of thought, oh, this might be a bit problematic with LucidEsc because now my insomnia is really bad and I'm not falling back asleep, so I'm not going to be able to test it that way. And I found when I woke up that first time that I was trying it, I couldn't get back to sleep, so after taking it I wasn't able to actually review its effects on my sleep and my dreams right then. But what I did do is I just paid attention to how I felt throughout the day that first time. I thought, if I'm up and I've taken it, I may as well see if it's actually affecting me in any way. And, it might have just been placebo, but I felt like it was having an effect on how clear I was thinking. I actually did some work on some videos and stuff then, and I felt like I was getting it done a little bit quicker and more efficiently. And I think that's probably to do with the choline-related supplements in there, Alpha-GPC and choline, because those are nootropic supplements. They're used for those purposes, clearer thinking and so on. So what I did next was, of course, to try taking it before I went to sleep. And I waited 3 days before doing this, and because I actually waited, I noticed something as well that was interesting, which I've noticed before, and I'm now certain that Huperzine has this effect. When I was testing another Huperzine-based supplement before, I was observing the fact that I would take it one day, but I would still get lucid dreams the next day. In fact, sometimes I would take it one day and I wouldn't get that many that day, but then the next night I would just have a crazy amount of lucid dreams. And I observed the same thing here. That first night I actually took it, and couldn't go back to sleep because of my insomnia, and so I thought, oh, that dose just kind of got wasted, but it didn't, because the next night, when I actually went to sleep that night, I ended up having several lucid dreams. And I noticed in general for probably 2, maybe the 3rd night sometimes after taking it, I noticed that I had a lot more vivid dreams and I had a higher chance of being lucid. So that is actually a point towards the idea of actually spacing it out, because I've previously tried Huperzine both ways. I've tried it, taking it every day for say a week. I've tried spacing it out, and I've noticed that actually spacing it out a little bit can be useful. You don't necessarily have to space it out. I wouldn't necessarily recommend, doing it every day for a month or something, but you don't necessarily have to space it out. But I would say that it probably actually works better doing it that way, because you seem to get effects from it even the next day and the day after that and so on. So there's no sense in taking it every day if you're still getting effects for longer than that. Then I experimented with it again, taking it before bed, and sure enough, I ended up having several lucid dreams once again that night. And so the good news is that even if you're someone like myself who has insomnia and can't really do the waking up after X amount of hours and going back to sleep thing anymore, this actually works great. And so this actually might be useful for someone who's struggling with those kind of methods. You can't do, say, mild or wild or something like that because you can't wake up in the right sleep period to do that. And so you're left with things like reality checks and so on, and you've been struggling to get your first lucid dream, then something like this might be useful for you because you can just take it right before you go to sleep and actually get lucid dreams in that way. One other thing that I observed is that my dreams are a lot longer and a lot more crazy and vivid, even the regular non-lucid dreams. Like last night, I remember I had this really long dream where I was like in some war fighting and like doing stealth missions and stuff, and like sneaking into some, you know, compound where all the enemies were and trying to like take out their leader or something. And it was this massively long dream. Like it felt like I was there for just hours and hours, when obviously it probably wasn't, because, you know, it probably would have ended at the end of one of my REM periods or whatever. But it felt like this really, really, really long dream. And most of my dreams I've been having lately have been like that. Another thing that I noticed is that I actually got that effect that I had before from meditation, where I was actually lucid in my sleep. Last night, actually, I had this for the first time while I was taking LucidEsc. I was in my sleep, and I just became aware that I was asleep. And I was lucid, but I wasn't in a lucid dream yet. And it was kind of a weird sensation because I hadn't had this in a while, because I've been meditating in the mornings rather than at night. And so I was there in my sleep, and I just started conjuring up imagery. And what I was doing, I was conjuring up imagery of like plains and fields and you know, grassy areas, because I like to actually solidify a dream. The way that I enter a dream from, say, wild or when I'm in my sleep, when I'm just lucid in my sleep, is I will conjure it up, but I won't actually yet have a body to actually interact with the dream right away. Sometimes I will actually feel my body in bed, or if I'm, you know, lucid in my sleep, I won't feel anything, like I won't feel any limbs or anything, so I'll be able to see the dream, but I won't be able to interact with it. So the way that I like to actually interact with the dream is I will picture something that has a very, very, you know, known texture to me. So say something like a brick wall is a very, very distinct texture, or grass is very, very distinct, feel a bit in your hands, running between your fingers and so on. So I like to imagine, say, a big grassy field, and just imagine the feel of grass in my fingers. And then when I do that, I can actually start to feel it, and after some time I actually have a hand that's moving through the grass, and then after some time I can actually just fully enter the dream. And so I did that last night, and it was, you know, the blackness behind my eyes, I was lucid, and I just started picturing these fields and seeing myself flying over them, and then feeling the actual grass between my fingers, and it was really, really awesome. And soon enough, I was once again in a lucid dream. Now, I actually lost count of the amount of lucid dreams that I had over the trial period, but I believe it was around 10 or 11 in total. Now, the trial period that I used was a little bit longer than the one I used for the previous Huperzine-based supplement that I tested, but I also actually spaced out my use of it more. I wasn't taking it, you know, several days in a row. So basically, it was very, very effective. On the nights when I was taking it, I was getting lucid, but I was also getting lucid on the nights when I wasn't taking it, after having taken it, you know, a couple of nights earlier. But honestly, for me, one of my favourite things about both LucidEsc and the previous supplement that I took was just how it affected my regular dreams, because I love having these long, adventurous dreams, and as much as I love getting lucid, I also love just having normal dreams where I go out on adventures, where I explore the world, where I fight enemies, and where I do crazy stuff. So what's my verdict? Does this product get the thumbs up or the thumbs down? It of course gets the thumbs up. I really enjoyed LucidEsc, and in general I think anything that has Huperzine-A in it, as long as the amount of it is right and, you know, it doesn't have anything negative in it or anything like that, is a supplement that I can wholeheartedly recommend. I've tried 2 different supplements that both had Huperzine in, and both of them worked really, really good for lucid dreaming. So yes, I would absolutely recommend it, and as for who I would recommend it to, well, anyone who actually wants to get a boost in their lucid dreaming, or who wants to just have some crazy cool dreams, some really long dreams and so on. But I would especially recommend it to someone who's been struggling for a while, because this is something I actually intend to make a video about soon. But basically, I feel like the people that supplements are most useful for in lucid dreaming are people who've been struggling to have that first lucid dream. Because I've always felt that once you actually have a few lucid dreams under your belt, it gets much, much easier from there. And so if you're struggling to induce it yourself, maybe you're not doing the methods correctly and you don't even realise it, then sometimes it can help to actually give yourself a bit of a boost initially, so that you've already had one lucid dream or a few lucid dreams, and then from there it'll be much, much easier to perform the methods and actually do it correctly and get more of them. So if you're one of these people who's been trying all the methods and you've been doing it for a few weeks or even a few months and you just haven't had any results, or you've only had 1 or 2 lucid dreams and you just feel like you're not progressing fast enough, then something like this might be something that I would recommend to you. And also, if you're a bit more experienced and you kind of want to increase the frequency of your lucid dreams, you want to have a period where you're working really hard on your lucid dreams and you're improving your dream control skills and stuff like that, going through some of my lucid dreaming challenges, then that's another time when something like this might be helpful. If you do want to get yourself some LucidEsc, or you want to get any of their other supplements, then be sure to check out the link that I've put down below. It's an affiliate link, which means that 20% of the proceeds will actually go to this channel. Basically, you pay the same price as you would normally pay. Nope, sorry, actually I lied. It's not even the same price. It's actually 20% cheaper, because when you click the link, you're going to get a code that gives you 20% off. But rather than 100% going to ViviDream, 80% goes to them and 20% actually comes back to me and this channel. So it's a great way to support the channel while also getting a supplement that's actually going to help you with lucid dreaming. I hope you found this review helpful. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my Supermind and Deeper Sleep reviews. Those are also 2 supplements by the same company. And if you haven't checked them out, definitely check out my reviews for other lucid dreaming and sleep related supplements that I put out before. Check out my channel for those. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe down there. If you want to support the channel, check out my Patreon page. And if you want to keep watching, pick one of the videos on screen, go watch that, and I will see you soon. Take care.